Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Tonight is what? We are on we're on day 13. We literally have 18 days left. We have 18 days left. Thank you. Welcome in everyone. Welcome. How are you? I hope you've had a great evening, a great day. We are going to get into a Bible verse, but I'm going to wait till a few more people come in. Just want to welcome you in. Thank you for all the love on the channel. Thank you for the support. I'm glad because it is helping me get this message out to plenty of people, more people. I'm looking to touch at least billions of lives and change at least billions of lives. Well, no, I wouldn't say change, I would say assist. Or I would just say open your mind to new perspectives of billions. How about that? How about that? And tonight we are talking about we're still on the topic of judgment and how we need to stop judging ourselves. Tonight we are talking about how we need to stop judging ourselves. All right? So if you're here, welcome. If you are watching the replay, you are right on time. I'm grateful that you are here. Welcome, welcome. I'm grateful. Hi, Francine. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you for joining every night. I totally and really, truly appreciate it. Thank you. I hope that you're getting something. And you could always feel free to email me at chicolesworld@gmail.com if you have any questions at all. I'll be delighted to speak with other people who are like-minded. I love it. It makes me feel great. And then I get to, express myself. So I love it because there's not that many around me right now that I'm aligned with that are in the same on the same journey level as I am. Tonight we are going to talk about why it is that we need to stop judging ourselves. We're going to decode the Bible verse John 5:24. But this verse is basically telling you how it is. Hey, Quadria, thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the love and support. Tonight we are talking about judging ourselves and why it's time to let that go and stop doing that. Because it doesn't serve us, obviously. It doesn't help us at all. We've seen what judging others do to us. Imagine judging ourselves. Can't be any better. Cannot be any better. So we're going to discuss John 5:24. I may not keep you for 30 minutes, but since I already said I would, I might as well, right? I'm sure I can find 1,000,001 stories to come up with. 1,000,001. So let me read the Bible verse to you really quick. Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever hears my word and believes him who sent me has eternal life. He does not come into judgment, but he has passed from death to life. Okay? So what this death, I'm going to go right to the death to life part. That death to life part is saying waking up. How many of us, death isn't dying, literally, in this verse. Death is surviving. Death in this verse right now in John 5:24 is about surviving. It's not about dying. And let me show you kind of what that looks like. So if you see me look down, I'm reading my notes. I want to make sure I stay on point. Here in this verse, what death looks like, waking up tired even after sleeping. Okay? Waking up tired even after sleeping. Doing everything right, but feeling empty. Staying because it's familiar. Staying in a relationship or staying at work because it's familiar, but not because it's aligned. And I know what this feels like. Trust me, I've done it long enough. I've done it in a job. I've done it in the relationships. I've done it. Overthinking every decision. I used to do that. I used to overthink decisions, and oh my goodness, I used to dwell on it so hard that I promise you I couldn't sleep at night. And I'm sure plenty of us have done that. That's what death looks like in this verse. Overthinking every decision, feeling like you're behind, broken, or missing something. Judging yourself constantly for not being better. When nothing is technically wrong, but nothing also feels like you're dead. It feels like you're not alive either because you're beating yourself down. You're constantly beating yourself down, and that beat down wears on you wears on you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and it kills your nervous system. And it releases toxins, but we ain't even gonna get into all of that. But that beating you down, that's death. You beating yourself down, waking up every morning tired, staying in situations that don't serve you, that's death. That is death. I don't know how we could think that that if we leave from this earth right now, we're going to either go to something better or we're going to go to something worse. Why does that make sense when we're here right now on earth, here right now, and we can have something better or we can create something worse? It's up to us. And in the verse where it says life is not perfect, life is not perfect, it's clear. You are a perfect being. Like I tell my children, God created you in a perfect manner. You yourself, the individual, may have flaws, but you, this body, everything about it is perfect. So life is not perfect looks like this. You stop forcing conversations that drain you. I have so many times. I know you have. Trust me. We all have. I don't know how many of us haven't. And life looks perfect and it's clear when you stop apologizing for needing space. When you stop negotiating with your intuition. Stop negotiating with what you feel and follow it. Follow it. I don't care if you're supposed to go somewhere and clock in. I don't care if you're supposed to go do this and go do that. If you feel something in your intuition, in your gut tell you, we need to take another path. We need to make another move. It's clear. Awareness, alignment is telling you. This consciousness is showing you. Your inner higher self is showing you. We need to not do this today. Let's take it here. Let's take it there. I remember it was time I was supposed to go to work with my with Andrew, and I was supposed to go to work, and I was supposed to, do what I was supposed to do, and I didn't because I had this feeling where it was saying, not today. Not today. Knowing this would totally piss off my friend. Knowing it would totally piss this person off because I know what we're supposed to do. It's been written down. It's been planned. We're supposed to do this. And I had to stand on business. I had to say, you know what? Not today. I have to follow my intuition. Any other time I would not have followed my intuition. And that would have looked like what we consider death. That would have been death. I'm denying myself of listening, of being aware. I'm denying myself. So I didn't do it. And I went and did what my spirit was leading me to do. And that led to be an amazing, amazing time that day. And what looks perfect, what looks clear is you stop negotiating with your intuition. You feel calm when things aren't finished. How many times have we worked ourselves up when something wasn't finished? When we didn't finish a project or we didn't do this or we didn't do that. And we worked ourselves up to the point where we couldn't even, we started hyperventilating. We couldn't breathe. Everything around us was looking just like that turmoil that we felt inside. And we do this a lot. That's the thing is, we do this a lot. This is us judging ourselves, just so you know. This is how we judge ourselves. Hey, Luna, how are you? I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. But this is how we judge ourselves when we do these things. And what you need to start doing is trust your timing without panic. I heard a man today post a video, and he's so right. Good, I'm glad that you're good. A man posted a video today. Money doesn't come to people who are not calm. It doesn't come to people who are not calm. If you're constantly chasing it, running after it, and going crazy, judging yourself, saying, oh, I'm not good enough for this, or this money doesn't belong to me, or I have to do this and do that, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it. That's not how this works. That's not how this works. Chasing, beating yourself up to get to a point where you think you're not there yet. How can you ever get there? How can you ever get there? And we do this to ourselves a lot. Tell me a time when you guys actually judged yourself and continue to judge yourself. I could tell you a time I used to judge myself so much, and there was a time when I had lost a lot of weight. Now I'm putting back on weight. God bless. I ain't judging myself though, because I know where I'm going. I'm aligned with it. But I had put on so much weight and then I had lost it. And I still wasn't satisfied. I'm telling you, I still would judge myself. And my friend used to tell me, I don't understand. And she's very deep. Yes, she's very deep. I had lost so much weight and I still just didn't feel like I felt like I could do more. And now you can see it's back. Hello, that's why, because I wasn't aligned with it. Now I'm on point. Now I know where I'm headed. Now I know where I'm going, and I know not to judge myself. Yeah, I don't know who hasn't, to be honest. Hey, Richard, how are you? We're here discussing about judging yourself, basically, and how that judging yourself needs to stop and needs to subside in order for you to get where you're looking to go in life. You have to stop judging yourself, and basically, you choose peace, even if it disappoints somebody else. Even if it disappoints somebody else, as long as it serves you, you calmly explain to that person, this doesn't work for me. I'm sitting with me on this. I'm trusting me on this, and let it go. And let it go. And don't judge yourself for doing it. Parents, I know we do this. If there's any parents here, I know we feel like, okay, I need some time for me. I'm going to just speak on me. And I don't want to be bothered. I want my time to meditate. I want my time to journal. They could come knock my door down. I'm going to ignore them. Because I'm telling you right now, I've been started this. I put me first. And I don't judge myself in the whole, during the time thinking like, oh, I'm wrong for doing that. Oh, you're their mom. You're supposed to be involved. You're supposed to take care of them. No. And who's going to take care of me if I'm not right? If I'm not feeling good? If I'm pouring from an empty cup? And I stopped sitting in that judgment. I stopped judging myself in that manner because it didn't serve none of us involved in the situation. It didn't serve me, and it didn't serve my children. So we need to stop putting this pressure on ourselves. It's judgment. We're judging ourselves, saying that we're not good enough or we're doing something wrong because we're putting ourselves first. That's not how this works. If we don't come first, how can we take care of anybody else that comes after? We won't be here. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? I'm just saying. How many times have you all put something or somebody before you or judged yourself because you felt like you wasn't serving the next person? You wasn't giving the next person what they needed. I'm sure we've done that plenty of times. And this verse is telling you, you need to stop sitting in judgment on yourself. Stop sitting in judgment on yourself. I told you earlier what that judgment looks like. And I have no problem with saying it again. Waking up tired. Waking up tired even after sleeping, and we judge ourselves. On a plane, they tell you to secure your oxygen before helping others. Exactly. How can you help somebody else or your child or anybody next to you if you're dying? And I don't mean dying literally. I just told you what death looks like. Death looks like, this is what death is considered in this verse. Waking up tired even after sleeping. Doing everything right, but feeling empty. Staying because it feels familiar, not because it's aligned. That has to stop. We will continue to be sleepwalking. And if you know what I'm saying, you know. Sleepwalking is when you're not aware. You're just living life in survival mode 24/7. You are typically living life in survival mode. I have to go to work. I have to pay this bill. You don't have to do any of that. And I know it sounds crazy, but if you align with what you choose to do, all of that stuff is effortless. All of that stuff comes effortlessly. If you want more, you got to be grateful with what you have as well. And stop judging. Stop judging and saying, oh, I don't have enough. This person has more. Why? How do you expect to get more and attract more and have more in your life when you're not even grateful and satisfied with what you do have? Hello. I'm just saying. I know, and I'll be having a lot of people come like, girl, wait, really? Like, they be like, this makes sense. Of course, I'm telling you. And at first, I wasn't with it either. I wasn't even with it. I was in survival mode, judging myself, like I'm telling you right now. And it didn't work for me. And I told you, that last death part, I can relate to. Staying because it's familiar, not because it's aligned. I lived that life for a very long time. For a very, very, very long time. I lived that life. So, and there's another part of the verse that says, does not come into judgment. And it's not God punishing you. It's you in your own mind, living in your own courtroom inside your own mind. You creating this. You replaying over something that you said in a conversation over and over and over again. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said it, or maybe I said this wrong, or maybe this is why this person is mad. And oh my goodness, I can totally relate to this right here, right now. I have had conversations where I'm like, why is this person mad? Or is this person mad because I said this, that, and the third? And I used to rack my brain. For what? Why? That's me literally judging myself. And this doesn't put you in a place where you can find awareness, where you can come to awareness or remember who you are when you're too busy stuck in what you're not. You're too busy remembering and playing over what you're not. Let it go. Stop judging yourself. It's over. Whatever you said, you said. If you felt like you said it wrong, all you need to do is just go and correct it with that person, not sit and dwell on it because it doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve you to do that. You're not going to change the fact that you said it, but you're going to sit in judgment. Look at this. Beating up yourself for staying too long. I won't do that. I learned from my situation. My situation has made me better. Let me tell you that from now. Have I done that? Yes. Have I done that? Like, why did I stay around so long? Why was I this person's friend for so long when I knew it wasn't going to come? I knew it wasn't going to develop into what I wanted to develop into. I mean, I stuck in friendships, at least two of them I can mention, where it wasn't serving me, but because I thought I could help this person and I really liked this person, and she, she was cool, and it didn't work. And I just stayed until finally, guess what? Something had to happen. Something had to give because I wasn't getting it. I was sleeping. I was sleepwalking and not paying attention to my intuition and stayed in the situation. And stayed until it got bad, okay? It got bad. And this is what I'm trying to prevent by coming on here speaking to you and telling you these things, because judging ourselves and staying in situations that don't serve us just because we continue to judge ourselves. Oh, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I'm not saying something right. Why? When are you going to say, okay, what's best for me? Me. Forget the person involved. What's best for me in the situation? But no, we sit in judgment. We sit in judgment. The scene. I've lived that comfortable life. I'm over it now. Yes, it's time to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. Absolutely. Which actually is pretty uncomfortable. You never lied. Ha, ha, ha. But truth is, women got it and guys are still tripping. Oh, my goodness. Please tell me, look, I'm going to have to ask, are you a male or a female? Because let me tell you this from right now. We are no different. We are all one. But let me tell you something. Women tend to get it a little bit quicker. I've met men in this lifetime that has gotten it, but I haven't had the chance to have a deep conversation with them. It was like in passing. I heard them say one or two things, and I'm like, oh, okay, you know where you're going. Female, oh, preach. Of course, baby. Of course, this scene. Of course, we get it more because we are allowed, and it's because of society. It's not because of them. It's because society sets it up to the point where it's okay for us to be emotional. It's okay to feel our feelings. But then on the other hand, they teach men, you can't do that. So that's the reason why, and one of the reasons why, we made up different too. But that's one of the reasons why we get it faster than the males get it. That's one of the reasons why we understand. And look, there's no difference between us. I'm not trying to divide us. I never will. Division is the last thing I would ever try to do. But it's because of conditioning that it takes them longer to get it. How about that? It's because of society's conditioning that it takes them longer. Because I know I raised my son to be tough, not knowing any better. I told him, don't cry. Like, you're a man. You're a man. So it's just from generational habits that we came up with. But yes, we do get it. And it is uncomfortable. But guess what? Not anymore. I choose me. I absolutely choose me, and I will not sit in judgment. I don't care if it comes to my children. I don't care who it comes to. I'm putting me first. If I don't feel good in the situation, guess what? It got to go. Yes, it's so difficult to get close with them. And like bridge or break that illusion exactly between them and society. Oh, my goodness, the scene. You are preaching tonight, girl. Let me tell you. I've lived that situation. I've lived that situation. And I've been trying to just say, Please, and I would tell this person time and time again, look, listen, they want you to think it's supposed to be that way. You don't have to, I promise you. I won't see you any differently. If your friends see you any differently, then they ain't your friends. But listen, express yourself to me. Let it out. Cry if you have to cry. It will bring you closer and faster. Yes, we're not a point to listen to our intuition because it's okay for us. Yeah, exactly. It is. Oh, I'm a woman too. Yes, the scene. I could tell. I hear you. I hear you, the scene. I'm glad. We are definitely seeing eye to eye tonight. Quadrille, we always on the same page. We always, like, the scene, I don't know. The scene, you have to email me at chicolesworld.com. We're going to have a conversation for sure. But, yeah, and we sit in judgment of ourselves time and time again. We sit in judgment of ourselves. And this conditioning, it's got a hold on a lot of us. I may act like it doesn't have me, but I see how I am sometimes when I speak to my children. I'm like, and I catch it. Like, this ain't it. That's that conditioning, sis. You got to let that go. It's not serving you and it's not serving your children. But yes, it's definitely easier for the woman to come into it because, again, we're okay. They think we're emotional beings, and they are too. They just forget. That's the language of the universe. That's the language of God. Feelings, emotions. If you want to declare and decree something, you better have some emotions behind it. You can't just get up with them affirmations day in and day out. Oh, I am this, I am that. And just saying it to be saying it. Where's the emotion? You need that. That's what brings it faster to you. That's what manifests it and let it become your reality. You need that emotion. You need that feeling. Okay, you got me going, this scene. You got me going, okay? I appreciate you, for sure. And let me see where we at. Look, I'm already like, forget this. Let's just talk. Anyway, I have talked for 22 minutes. If you guys have any questions you want to ask or anything, let me know. When is the time, Quadrillium? I think you might have told me already. When is the time that you sat in judgment on yourself? I'm sure we got plenty of moments. And you don't got to give me all no crazy detail. But I'm sure we've all have done it. Yes. OMG, there's so much flowing forward right now. I could buck wild on this. Girl, me too. Go right ahead. Look, I'm here for 30 minutes and I could go over. Okay, because I don't get these conversations daily. I don't. I'm around children all day long. And I mean, I go out, but nobody around. I've attracted one person that talk this talk. And she's great. Awesome. She's busy. She has her own life. But look, I come live so I can have these conversations. I come live so I can shift some spirits. Because I told you, 2026 is our year. So we're going to stop judging ourselves this year. And we're going to put ourselves first. I don't care. I don't care if you're a mom. I don't care if you're a wife. I don't care if you're a sister, a daughter. You come first. You can't help anybody else. You can't do for anybody else if you sitting in judgment on yourself because you don't want to. You're not taking care of you first. And I'm not even gonna say set boundaries. I'm just gonna say put you first, because the boundary thing don't always work. Yes, Francine, put you first, okay? I know, put you first. When I threw off them shackles, tied to organized religion, I had to process telling my family I was no longer aligned. Honey, I told you. When I told my father automatically was like, you reading too much. You reading too much. This is coming from inside out. I do read, yes. As you can see, I have a library. It resonates with me. If it didn't resonate with me, none of these books would have been read. Spirit is telling me, oh yes, this is it. You are on the path, sis. You are on the path. Stay there. Okay? So yes. And that felt like I was being judged too. Like I was judging myself like, dang, should I tell my dad this or should I tell my brother in this? Are they going to judge me based off of what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling? Because y'all don't want to hear my take on marriage. And Richard, if you still here, it ain't nothing, no bad things. But My take on marriage, that was a contract. And I don't normally cuss, but that right there, okay, maybe I do cuss, but not as often. I've learned to tone it down some. And I look at it like this: it's not a cuss. It's just a word. What makes it a cuss is we make it a cuss. We perceive it to be a cuss. But let me tell you something. That right there, OMG, hey, yeah, girl, she has been here every night. She has been in here every night. She might not remember who you are, but I'll tell her later. Yeah, Francine has been in here every night. My mama is awakening, right, Mom? But yeah, guys, we have to stop judging ourselves. We come first. If we don't come first, we can't help anybody else. And if we sit, like I told you, death is nothing more than us judging ourselves, how we make ourselves feel. Yes, yep. Yep. But yeah, that judgment has to stop. If we plan on living a life and an aware a life, a conscious life, an intuitive life, we come first. Stop judging ourselves. Stop judging ourselves. That's the only way to do this. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask, because I'm gonna do the summary real quick. Yes, and this one's typed up because this verse right here did it for me. Okay, this verse right here, John 5:24. Because the way I used to look at it is that I'm going to hell as usual. I tell you all the time, it was a sin. All of that was lies. Nothing more than lies. Lies, lies, lies. And you hear me be repetitive, because consistency is what makes truth sticks and brings truth out. Okay, I listened to that book, Conversations with God. All three of them. I don't like the fourth one. All three of them. I can't even count on my hands. My children probably know the books. My children probably know the books. So I'm gonna give y'all the summary, and then y'all can ask me whatever y'all want to ask me. So 5:14 is reveals that life doesn't begin after death, but the moment awareness turns on. The moment we become aware and intuitive, and we're reaching towards our higher self. We are aiming towards our higher self. Awareness turns on. OMG, where are you? Where are you? Is that crazy to ask? No, I'm in Dallas, Texas. I hear you don't. I want to impose, but we need to keep this divine feminine Mary dialogue open and flow. Absolutely, I agree. Look, listen. Hey, I told you, I'm in Dallas, Texas, but you can always email me at chicolesworld.com. I have given my number out so far to one person, but I'm definitely not about to make a habit of that one. But honestly, we need to stick together and continue. Yes, absolutely. So I'm here for the next 19 days live, but I'm live every Saturday at 7 p.m. This month is just was Spirit led me to do lives every evening at 7 p.m. and decode a Bible verse. And basically, when I'm decoding the Bible verse, we're taking it from a different perspective than what we were taught. I'm more of a metaphysical person. All of these Bible verses, the Bible was more speaking about your inner being, not nothing external, nothing outside of you, because you can't have a different outside, a different reality if the inside is messed up. Your inner self is what creates your outer reality. So the Bible was more metaphysical, speaking more inner than it was outer. And I definitely come on here to decode those Bible verses and let that be known. But honestly, yeah, we definitely need to stick together. I told you, collectively, we change the world. We have to do it together. We have to do it together. The world is so screwed up right now. Well, I won't even say that because I don't see it like that. I don't even see half of it. But in order for us to fix what we want in our lives to show up in our world, we have to do it together. There's a Bible verse that says there's power in numbers. There's a reason why. That energy together, that we all on the same page, we all on the same frequency, we all aligned, it's over. Nothing can stop us. And I say 2026, we take back what we want, what we desire, what was ours in the beginning. Hey, that's nothing more than facts. Let me finish summarizing it. So this verse is not about religion, punishment, or waiting for heaven. It's about that inner shift where we stop judging ourselves, stop living on autopilot, and start moving in truth. Stop ignoring what we feel is right. Stop ignoring what we know is right, just to please someone else, or just because you're living on autopilot and you're used to it and you're comfortable with it and you have to do it every day, every day, every day. No, you're sleepwalking. You're sleepwalking because if you know better, you do better. And you know better. You simply have to remember it. That's why I tell you, go take that time. Be quiet. Be quiet. Shut down all the noise and listen. It's there. It's always been there. It'll show up in movies. It'll show up in songs. It'll show up in the clock. It'll show up. But it will only click and become aware is if your inner being is ready to receive it. If you are aware. Okay? And when we hear truth and recognize it within, we pass from survival, just living day to day, paycheck to paycheck. We fix ourselves. We remember who we are, and things change. Our reality starts to look the way we desire it to look. Okay? I thank y'all for being here. If y'all have any questions, feel free to ask me now, or you could always email me at chicolesworld, same as my channel name, at gmail.com. Simple. If y'all have any questions, great. If not, I see I'm over my time. I have these little ones. I'm sure they soon knock my door. They know better now. But I love y'all. Thanks for being here. I am grateful for you. 2026 is a shift. We already in a shift. We already in it. I love y'all. I'll see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Thanks, Quadria. 7 p.m.